Well, hello, everybody. I am so excited about this interview. This lady is an amazing woman that has had outstanding results because she did the work. And I've been so excited, Teri, to introduce you and to interview you for days. So come on and let's show the world your amazing story and let's get going. Like, girl, I'm like, literally, I'm so excited to talk to you. So you have had diabetes, right? For how
Pre-diabetes.
long?
Um, yeah, quite a while actually. Probably 5, 6 years. Had pre-diabetes,
Yeah.
and my symptoms kept getting worse and worse and worse to the point that it was really affecting my life.
What symptoms were they?
Oh, neuropathy. My feet were numb, and I couldn't stand for more than 10, 15 minutes. And it's hard to get out of bed in the morning because I was tired and
Hmm.
couldn't remember words
Mm.
like what the word gym, easy words like I want to go to that place you play basketball and dribble the ball. I couldn't think of the word gym, just stupid things like that. And um, the quality of life was just getting bad.
Yeah.
So I knew I had,
What was the quality of life like for you? You said you had fatigue. What else was happening for your quality of life?
um, well, tinnitus I started getting. Um, it was hard to play with the grandkids. So you want to play with them and wrestle with them and roll around, and where I'd sit in the chair and tell, well, come sit with me. We'll read a book. Well, yeah, that's not what they want to do.
Yeah.
But just have some quality in your life. I wanted to go, or well, my husband and I wanted to go on this church retreat thing to Israel before it got bombed, and I can't go. I don't want to go all the way. I can't walk that far. I can't,
Mm.
I sit in the bus that long, jump. I mean, my body ached and it just,
Yeah, it's just no quality of life. Yeah,
no,
that's suffering. And the thing is most women, including you, they tolerate not feeling good because one, what? They don't know what to do. Two, their doctors just tell them this is your new life when you have prediabetes or diabetes. And
right.
so let's talk about that. So when you were diagnosed, they wanted to put you on medications and t tell me that trajectory, that story once the doctor got involved. What did he do?
Well, they didn't really put me on a lot of medications. They just told me, go home, you'll be okay, as it got
Mm.
worse and worse. Go home, you'll be okay. Or they just ignored me. When I started getting neuropathy about 6 years ago, I went in, I said, my feet, both of them are tingly and whatever. And okay. And then about 3 years later, he took a little pin. Can you feel that? Yeah. Can you feel that? Yeah. You're okay. So they'd
Wow.
send me home instead of, because it wasn't bad enough for medicine yet. Um, but I knew something was wrong because, both feet don't just start getting numb for no reason. But they, you know, just ignored it.
And then when did they start putting you on medication?
Um,
At what point did you have to, when did they finally say, okay, we're gonna start the
well,
metformin and
I went on metformin to lose weight.
is that what they told you?
Actually, yes.
My word.
I needed to lose weight, and we talked about the Ozempic and well, I don't know, Wegovy and some of those. And he said, but metformin's probably better for you. Let's do this one. I'm stupid. I don't know. Okay.
You're not stupid. You just trust your doctors. We
Yeah,
as patients are supposed to look up to our doctors, but
right.
we know what that means. They're wrong almost all
Didn't
the
know
time.
better. Yeah.
Right.
But
So,
things didn't get better.
right. So let's just fast forward a little bit. So you were dealing with all these really horrible symptoms. Your quality of life was suffering. They started putting you on medications. And then you actually started trying some things, right? You decided to start working and doing some other things outside of the scope of the doctor, correct?
I did because I was looking online on my phone and I saw one guy says, get rid of your diabetes, do this, this, this. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to just trust this guy, but I want to learn to see what he says. Well, all you have to do is it's a parasite, and we could get rid of that in a jiffy or something. So then I hear the next guy, and the next guy would say, I'm Dr. So and so. And, then he would say, the doctors aren't helping, they're letting things go, and they're giving you medicines when you don't need them, and, all that stuff. But here's what you need to do buy this stuff, and you'll be, take this stuff, and you'll be fine. Then the next one would say this, and the next one would say, something different. But after listening to 10 of those, and you take the three top ones saying, well, this guy, this guy, this guy says the same thing, maybe they're onto something. So then I listened again and I found this gal who um, she did one step more. She said the same thing as the other three, except she said, but I'm going to do a blood test to find out how I can help you. Because other people, at some it could be this, some it could be this, some it could be this. Do a blood test, we'll find out where you're sitting, and I'll help you with whatever you have. So I'm like, that's it. That's what I needed. And so I went with her, and it didn't go so well, but um, I trusted her, believed in her, did the blood test. I talked, and then she does a counsel with you, and she says, well, your vitamin D is down. So she pushes a button to order vitamin D. Then your vitamin B is bad. Push a button to get some vitamin B. This is bad. So
Sounds like a
I'll send
doctor.
you these 1,000 supplements. And I'm thinking, well, supplements is better than medicine. So she probably knows I didn't have any reason to doubt her. So I started taking a box load of supplements. And with the supplements was a diet, which that was good for me because you cut out um, carbs and milk and gluten and processed oils and sugar and that kind of thing. So I'm like, well, that I know so that's probably pretty good. Um, and then with these supplements curing everything that ails me, I'll be in good shape.
Right.
But it didn't turn out like that. So after spending $11,000,
Wow.
I didn't lose any weight. I'm like, how come I'm not losing weight? I'm not eating it. I'm eating good stuff.
Okay, we need to dig into this just a little bit because this is so important for women to understand. You found this person. I'm not even going to name, I'm not here to bash other programs.
No, no.
I'm here to share your personal story. And I hear this all the time, but yours is specifically so unique because how much money you spent. And you spent $11,000 for 1 year, right?
Well, no,
And
it was
your
for
goal was
six.
what?
It
Oh,
was
it's for
for
six.
6 months.
Oh, 6 months. $11,000 for 6 months?
Yes,
Okay. So $11,000 6 months. And your goal was what? To reverse diabetes and lose weight. Those are and reverse your neuropathy. Those are your three goals, right?
right.
And you specifically said these are the three things I want.
Yes.
Okay. Did any
And
of
she
those
wrote
happen?
those down. She wrote it down. She kept it.
Yeah. And so did your A1C drop at all?
No,
Did you lose any pounds?
no.
Not even one.
Well, maybe two or three, but that's fluctuating the
Right.
water
So
you
you didn't lose
drink.
any weight for sure.
No.
And then three, your neuropathy didn't get better. Did your symptoms get better?
I felt better.
Okay.
So I had a little bit more energy, but not
Yeah.
better.
So
But
then
just
fast forward 8 months, 8 months later,
yeah,
when you decided, hey, this isn't work, what was going through your mind? Like you need to try something else, or you were mad. What was going through your mind when you spent that much money with something that didn't work? I imagine you had so much doubt and skepticism. So
I
what
did.
led you to reach out to me?
Well, I wasn't going to give up because I had to do something or I'd be in a wheelchair and in the nursing home. I mean, I didn't want to go there. I'm only, 60 some years old. I'm not doing that. Um, and so started learning more and I remember thinking when I saw your video, I thought, I like this one, but I'm not going to commit today. I said, and my husband wanted to come in and listen too. I said, well, that's fine. Give me some, but I'm not committing today. But something made me trust you and believe in what we were going to do together. And we did it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I remember specifically when we had our conversation. And this was, you guys, just so you understand, it's now February. This was in October that you and I met and your husband was on. And I just
Right.
remember when you told me how much you spent. It's not even so much that, but what this person had you doing and all these supplements. I right away knew why it wasn't working. And I even told you on the call, I said,
You did.
your body's so confused. You're on too many supplements. And I think when I told you I'm going to get you off all those supplements, you kind of were like,
Well, I have to have something.
right, right,
What else?
right. But I just knew exactly. And my thing was I just wanted to help you so bad, but I knew that you being taken and fried by this other person, it was going to take a lot for me to help you really believe in yourself enough to know that this one will work, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I'm so proud of you because in October you were frustrated, you didn't lose 1 pound, your A1C didn't drop, your A1C was 6.1, it didn't drop in a year, and you decide after well, after we talked, you decide to commit. And oh my word, I'm going to show the graphic. And this is what you did. You did this in 4 months. It's not even four. October, November, December, in 3 months, 3.5 months. This is insane. So 1 year, you're trying all this other voodoo stuff. And this is what I mean when you find the right approach, the right system. I'm not taking credit for this. You need to take the credit. I'm just here to say that you were followed the protocol to the T and you did the work. And this is what happens when you show up for yourself. And oh my word, let's show this. This is incredible. This is so incredible, Teri. In 3.5 months, under 4 months, you lost 42 pounds. You hadn't lost up anything in a year. 31 inches. You're down 4 sizes. You're off 4 medications. Your A1C was 6.1. Now it's 5.4. That is no longer diabetic. Look at this picture. I mean, when you see this, what comes up for you?
Get rid of that one picture for sure. Yeah, I think back, that's that, yeah. And I just remember how awful I felt. And
Yeah, let's
yeah,
talk about it. How do you feel today? Being
oh, I feel
42 pounds down, less inches off your meds, knowing that you have reversed your diabetes. Now we have to make sure that you learn how to stay there. But tell me, how are you feeling today? Give it all.
I
Give it to
I
me.
feel wonderful. I mean, we used to go around, it's a mile walk around our complex or whatever. And I used to go and I'm like, oh, I didn't, was afraid to go alone because I may not make it. Or, where now I can walk and I'm like, let's go another one. It doesn't even bother me. I have so much more energy and no aches and pains, no, well, it was in my knees and then it went to my legs and then it went to my hips and then my shoulders would hurt. I mean, I was always pain, some sort of pain. Um,
And that's gone.
and that's all gone.
Wow. Yeah.
But
I mean, amazing. I mean, are you able to play with your grandkids now better? And
oh yeah, yeah. I even went, they have those play places where you go through the tubes and around and then there's
really?
me.
Oh my
It was
God.
a little hard. I mean, I'm not that flexible yet, but it wasn't painful.
Yeah. So what I want to know is because I met your husband. Your husband was so amazing. He was there supporting you, and and when I talked to both of you, he was concerned too. And I felt his reservation, but I also felt his hope. And I want to know, how does he feel about this with you? Is he happy for you? How does he feel about all this now?
Oh, he's very happy and proud. He he actually doesn't do the program, but yet he does. He does it when he wants to, and then like when he doesn't, he'll cheat a little here and there. He's lost mo a lot of weight. He's feeling good, and he's actually we were going to go, I don't know, where were we? And we were going to go out to eat or something, and I said, "Well, I can't have that." But I don't want to eat that. He goes, "Yeah, me either. Let's eat, like he's trying to eat healthy too. He says, "Let's go here where we can eat something good." Or, it wasn't the fast food place, it was a nicer place
Mhm.
that he could eat too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
So
beautiful thing, right? It's like once you start
he's on the
changing
boat,
you start changing your lifestyle and you learn the why. I think so many women struggle with this is they go to their doctors and their doctors never explain anything to them, right? And they just put them on
Mm-mm.
medications. Oh, then you might find other programs, other people who just say, I just talked to somebody this morning actually who had the same, similar to you. She went to this place, put her on a bunch of supplements, and never talked to a practitioner. They just took her money and said, log your food and here's your diet plan. Those don't work. And it makes me furious. However, I just this is what happens when you take control and you learn why you have the prediabetes. You understand what insulin resistance is, what diabetes is, because the knowledge is the power. Anybody can tell you what to do, but if you don't understand it, you're not going to make the changes for life. And this is why your husband and you now are kind of doing it together, and you make it kind of a family affair. It's
right?
amazing.
At Christmas time, I made a bunch of, something from the recipe book, the peanut butter balls or something. And I packaged them up and gave them to all the kids to see if
Oh, nice.
the families would like them.
Nice.
Never
Here,
really heard back, but
are your kids proud of you?
oh yes, my kids, they can't believe it. I could have never done that. My daughter's like, "Oh my gosh, you're crazy, Mom, but I'm proud of you, but you're crazy because I could have never done that," kind of
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
it's
I'm so proud of you because you have now the trajectory of health. Whereas before, it was the trajectory of fear, worry, despair, the unknown. And when you take control of your health, and we use the doctors for what we need them for, which are surgery and trauma care and or to get labs. That's all I want to ever use my doctor for. I will never, ever, me personally, and I teach my clients this, teach you this, I will never use the doctors ever again for my general health because they make us worse.
I went and switched too.
Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
have
you
to.
have to. It's so that's what I was going to ask you. So do you feel like, inside the academy, do you feel like you learned a lot? What was the biggest value that you got from deciding to, do this program? And like I always say, it's the last program you'll ever have to do. Do you believe that?
Yeah. Well, okay, well, let's go back to the previous program. The doctor was the one that did the interview and got me in this and, punched up the supplements she thought I needed and sold me the program. Never saw her again, ever.
Wow.
So they send you then and you do Zooms with these young kids that they train to say this. So if you have a problem, like say it's something's not working, oh, I'm still not feeling very good in my leg or something. They're like, okay, let's add another supplement on your list instead of, ooh, I should talk to the doctor and see what she wants me to do. Or, they just took it upon themselves to do nothing or give you more pills. Where in the academy, you learn so much why your body works the way it does, what to do, and you are the center of it all. You're the one that you're the knowledge person, and you're the one that's teaching us, not giving us to some young girl who, I mean, she looks pretty and all, but
Looking pretty doesn't solve the problem.
yeah, so it was a huge difference. A lot of information,
Yeah.
you
What
know.
was would you say the easiest part of it? And what was the hardest part about your journey so far? So far.
I would say the easiest part was learning what foods were good and bad
Mhm.
because I had been doing it for a year, well, probably more like 5 years because I had, been studying it and learning it. So the food part was probably the easiest. The hardest part, getting through all the modules. No,
Okay. Well, that's
just
being honest.
kidding. No, I loved learning and learning that was not the hardest part was getting my mind set to fast or my mind thinking, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. The not knowing what's coming and trying to do it or, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, I love
but
that you bring this up because there's a reason why I go in the order that I do, right? And
mhm.
sometimes women think because they're told this by their doctors, they want to skip ahead and they want to, do everything too fast and do things out of order. And that's the part that I had to really help you with because you had already been
That
through a year's worth of,
I
diet.
want it done
You
now.
were like, no, but I told you, I'm like, Terry,
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
do this in the order. We got to heal, because the order is so important and women don't really understand that. And the other thing that's important is when you said you didn't really think it was the food part was hard, but you thought the mindset part of it was hard. Well, this is why I always tell everybody we don't women usually don't know how important mindset is in relation to reversing your diabetes because they don't think they need it, they don't think it's a part of it. But it really is because
Mhm.
you have to learn. I teach you new skill sets and you have to practice those skill sets. Otherwise, you will revert back to your old habits, which is why
Right.
people get diabetes. So I love that you bring that up because for you, when you pick your hard, hard was where you were before you started. It was the inflammation, it was not being able to
True.
play with your grandkids, it was the aches and pains, is not being able to go on walks. That is hard. And then the hard part emotionally is knowing you're not getting better and just the frustration. Well, then you have the hard part about here, which is learning, watching the modules. That's all hard.
Right.
However, the hard part about that is you're getting benefits, you're getting results. So,
Yeah.
which hard would you rather
It,
have? Of course.
yeah, there wasn't very hard.
Yeah.
But, it's, I get, yeah. And I glad you brought up the because patience was a bad thing for me. I wasn't patient. I want like, well, I gotta have some vitamins or I'm gonna die. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm just I'm so proud of you. I mean, of course, but more than even proud of you, I'm happy for you because just I just remember the day that I talked to you and your husband, and I just remember the frustration that you were in, the skepticism, rightfully so. And but for me, I noticed the pain, and I knew you're a woman that would be willing to do the work because you had already spent thousands and done different things that weren't working. I felt so bad. And now today, I mean, look at this again. I'm going to show this graphic. I mean, you did this in you did this in such a short period of time. And in your intake form, I have you fill out your top 3 goals because we always want to try to get as close to meeting the goals as we can in the phase 1 of the program. And your top 3 were lose weight. Did you lose weight?
yep,
Reverse diabetes. Did you reverse diabetes?
yep.
And we got to keep it off. And third was reverse your neuropathy. We didn't really talk about neuropathy, but is your neuropathy almost gone? Where is it at?
It's a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't have any pain, like, but it's still there a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Because listen, when you've had diabetes as long as you have, the these damaged. So that's usually the last thing that it takes time to heal. So it's better, which is the most important thing. Your body's on the trajectory of healing. And I'm so proud of you. So happy for you.
No, thank you.
If you could say one thing, because there's women out here watching you and thinking, she's me. Like they're thinking, I've been exactly through what you've been through. What would you, if you had them and you were talking to them one-on-one, what would you say to that woman?
Take the plunge because it is so worth it. It's not worth being in pain and agony, and do this for yourself, do this for your family, do this for you, and you'll feel better. I don't know, trust the process and get a better quality of life. It's so worth it.
Congratulations, Teri.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to your next goals because you got big
Mhm.
goals, even
I
bigger
do.
goals than these 3. So I'm
Got,
looking forward to the next phase of your health journey. Congratulations.
and I'll be patient for those.
Of course you will. And thank you for sharing your story with the world. You're going to have a lot of impact on a lot of women who see this. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.